Well, we're doing it again. Hey, y'all, live from TrickSupply in Las Vegas. It's 2 o'clock on the Eastern Zone, 11 o'clock here in Las Vegas. And welcome to my weekly magic party. Well, we got a lot going on here today. I got some new stuff to showcase. I got some poker magic to discuss. If you know me, that's one of my favorite topics in the universe, all things poker. And then, hey, we got a giveaway today. Fun story last Friday. If y'all were here, you saw a family of 4 came in. Well, this family, they tell me, hey, we were at the Mat Franco show last night. We got inspired to learn to do a little bit of magic, and so we're here today. So, hey, let me thank Mat Franco for sending us some business. And then guess who walked in the door about 10 minutes after that family left? None other than Mat Franco himself. He had his new deck of cards with him. This is the deck that he's using in the show at the Link Casino. And I have one here in this pack, hermetically sealed. Focus, young man, for one lucky viewer today. A signed Mat Franco deck. And I must have good karma for doing these giveaways. Look at what I get this morning. They get a Danish to go with the coffee that Nick and Jesse are so kind to share their wealth with me today. Thanks, y'all. No arguments. Hey, we're going to run the StreamYard giveaway tool, give this away in, I don't know, a couple of 15 minutes. Let's play it by ear. And then we'll get started with some of the topics at hand, poker tricks. And yeah, that sentiment is exactly the same. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello, everyone. Jim in the house, what's up? Greetings. Robert's been up there with the math nerds at the Gardner gathering. I'm sure that was a blast. And let's get started with taking a look at a couple of new things. We got this thing in the shop yesterday. It just blew my mind. If y'all know TrickSupply, we carry the retro Rocketeers line. And the new item came in yesterday all the way from Australia. It's here today, and it is the Divine Divide. Let's full screen this thing and take a look at what's going on.
We'll simply walk through the steps of the effect. The pyramid prop is made with Jarrah eucalyptus accents and can be introduced and shown from all angles. The ribbon is then introduced pre-cut, or you can cut it from the roll right in front of your spectator. The spectator is then asked to examine it and then sign either end of the ribbon.
This is such a fooler.
We then openly thread the ribbon through the pyramid and can clearly show it running through, with the signatures both still clearly visible from either end. Now, with a sharp pair of scissors, we can clearly cut the ribbon in two, separating the ribbon pieces in the middle like so. The spectator is then asked to stare deep into the pyramid as we attempt to restore the ribbon to whole. If you watch closely, you'll actually see the two pieces leap back together and fuse. Taking either end of the ribbon in hand, we count down. 3, 2, 1. And in an instant, the ribbon is now back to one piece, able to be taken directly out and handed back to the spectator for them to confirm their signatures. And this is the Divine Divide.
Oh, look who's on my YouTube ads right after that. It is the best show, actually. Let's watch Matt's ad. Why not? This show is awesome. Go see it. It's at the Link Promenade. All right. So yeah, Divine Divide. We had 6 come in yesterday. 3 of them are gone already. If you want one of these beautiful pieces, you better act quick. I've got phone inquiries. They're basically knocking my door down. Note this, here's a couple versions of this thing from Retro. This is the Egyptian version. Egyptian stuff seems to be the desirable side of things as far as that goes. Here's a couple other things hitting the desk this week. We're super happy to have Quiver purses back in stock here, regular and plus size. I've had some locals asking about those. We got them. This is kind of a neat one. I was looking at this trailer right before the stream started. I'm like, what is Card It Flash? I'm curious if you can guess. If anyone in the stream can guess what Card It Flash is. See if we get a right answer before I play the trailer for this thing. And let me say hello to you again. Anybody get it yet? Card It Flash. Let's take a look. No cigar. It's a Post-it note. It changes to a card. I don't know. I kind of dig it. I kind of want one for the social medias. I feel like that's a banger for that. But yeah, that's Card It Flash. I haven't vetted this product yet, but I imagine it's flippery fun. And how much is it? $30 for Card It Flash. I had someone ask in the chat, how much is Divine Divide? $239 is the price on this wonderful piece. Crafted in Jera eucalyptus wood and finely tuned 3D printing. It's a lot going on in those products. I don't know. Honestly, Gary, I like that thing came on the desk this week. All I've done is look at the trailer. I can't imagine that it could be examined. And also this. Yeah, there's no Post-it note. All right. A couple other things I wanted to make note of, and then we'll go look at some poker tricks. That's what we're here for today. We got some fun jumbo props in the shop. This is the jumbo linking pins. Man, I love a linking safety pin routine. Big fan of the Jerry Andrus style. And then I've also, you know what I learned is from Dan Garrett, his Pandemonium routine, which uses apparently regular safety pins. Well, they are regular safety pins, but they're subtly gimmicked to allow some really impossible links and unlinks. And these safety pins, how big are these things? Couple of 5.5 inches for the jumbo safety pin. And there's some really good visuals that you can do with these and also have them examined. These are selling quickly, and our distributor are out of them already. We have a couple packs left. Jumbo linking pins, if you're interested, you can find it on the TrickSupply website. Maybe some of you already do the Pandemonium and just want to bring it up to like a parlor or something a little more visible. These are nice, recommended. They're $45. And then this thing is a jumbo Sharpie pen gag. You know, I'm just going to encourage you to go look this up and look at the trailer for X Pen. Essentially, it's a growing Sharpie marker. It grows the magic wand size, and the visual is really unbelievable. And this, again, new killer products. Come see it live in the TrickSupply showroom. I'm here 11 to 6 every day, or shop anytime at TrickSupply.com. So, hey, that's the new stuff. If you have any questions, comments, constructive criticism about any of that, yes, please. Mystery box wants metric. I could guesstimate metric. All right, so as mentioned today, the topic at hand is all things poker. I've been playing poker for the better part of, oh man, it's been 30-ish years now. One of the reasons I moved to Las Vegas is to play more poker. Happy to say I won my first online tournament 2 weeks ago. That was fun. First place, number 1, Pot Limit Omaha tournament, field of 111. Had a couple close runs this week. Finished 8th twice this week. So I'm making money, just not a lot of it. But it's a passion project more than anything. So yeah, just a word. If you're coming to Las Vegas and interested in playing poker, they do have one of the A few state-regulated options with worldseriesofpoker.com. You can play there. And boy, there's so many great casinos in Las Vegas you can play poker at. I think the one that I've enjoyed going to the most, just because they have so much variety, is the South Point Poker Room. This room hosts, I don't know, 4 or 5 tournaments a day. They've got great bonuses. They've got all the game selection that you might want to play. And if you want, I can just talk about poker all day. Love it, but I feel some of you might want to get into the magic. So it's actually just a $3 rebuy. I did one add-on. I think I spent $9 on the buy-in and won almost $300. Low risk, low reward, lots of fun. That's how I roll. Thank you, Jake. Moving forward this summer, I'm definitely eyeballing the World Series of Poker, where Nick should come and gamble so we could all have a better chance of winning. Yeah, that would be the Bravo app. I use that locally, so if I'm looking to go play some poker on a day off, I'll bring up the Bravo app and check the games that are available. Recommended. If you are interested in poker and maybe winning poker, here's a title for you I pulled off the shelf. This is a fun one. I didn't even know it existed till I entered poker into our database. How to Cheat Your Friends at Poker by Penn Jillette and Mickey D. Lynn. How about that? The Wisdom of Poker by Dickie Richards. So you're going to learn about marking cards, bottom dealing, rounding up a game, using a cold deck. And I can't give a book report on it because I didn't know this book existed until yesterday, but there's a fun one to improve your poker game. Honestly, if you've never read a poker book before, I think I've read about 20 or 30 of them. Probably the best one to start with is Winning Low Limit Hold'em. Winning Low Limit Hold'em by Lee. I can't remember Lee's last name. Let's stick with the magic. If you want to get gooder at poker and do things nefariously, well, you got to read this one. That's the Bible, the expert at the card table. It's a challenging read, but it's some of the deepest subject matter on the subject. And if you want to carry the Bible and Bible version in your pocket, this is a fun, actually, I love this prop. I feel like you could put a packet trick in this thing and carry it around. For example, maybe you could put this in there. So instead of carrying your cards in a little packet wallet, you have the expert at the card table Bible edition. Maybe you carry a 3-card Monty or something like that around in the mini Bible. Here's an interesting version of poker that you just play with jokers. I know a lot of people will throw the jokers away when they get them, but I would suggest if you do this, you can play an interesting game of joker. We'll call it joker poker. It starts with a round of follow the leader, where one of the jokers will be the leader card. And then the other jokers will follow them one at a time with a little influence, like that card is face down. So the jokers will begin to start turning from face up to face down one at a time. Look, that's 2. Little more influence, and that's 1, 2. That's 3 jokers upside down with just 1 to go. A little more influence, and that's 1, that's 2, that's all 4 jokers follow the leader. That's round 1 of Joker Poker. Round 2 is wild cards. Of course, we play jokers wild when we play poker with jokers, and so you can make that card any card. You could even make it an ace of spades. And if you'd like the other jokers to follow that leader, well, then you can make this one a 10. You can make this one a jack. You can make this one a queen. You can make that one a king. That is Joker Poker. And also, that is why you never play cards with a magician. Hey now, we got a trick in. A buried gem from the TrickSupply warehouse. That is Wild Flush. This is actually one of the first tricks that I pulled out of the back. I was going through the inventory and I said, when I got here, it's been about a year now. A year. We've been in Vegas a year. I said, hey, what's this thing? And I like it. And you know what? I really like it for freaking $7.50. It's such a cheap trick. The cards are bicycle. You get the packet trick holder. You get wonderful printed instructions. And I would suggest that this really it's like a precursor to NFW. I would suggest that this trick is ready for some variants. Yeah, there we go, Marty. It is that very NFW-esque. I think this might predate NFW, actually. So we might have a precursor to that in the Twixtor routine. And guess what? If you don't want to buy it, maybe you don't have to today. We're going to throw it in the prize package today with the Mat Franco deck giveaway. I'm going to start collecting some comments for this in just a moment. And you know what? Also, as I was leaving the house today, I saw out of the corner of my eye, I also have a couple policies that Scott Link sent me, policy 2.0. This is the full color version with the extra included envelope, secret loading, Scott's Flexagon system for the card to impossible location. I'm going to throw that in your package as well. We're looking at like a $50 giveaway today. And hey, thank you very much, Scott Link. Yeah, it's a good one. And by the way, all the tricks I'm talking about, all the ones of note, I have linked up in the description of this video. So if you're interested in any of the products I'm talking about and you don't know where to find them, you can just go search the video description and click the links below. All right, it's been a while since I've used this StreamYard giveaway tool. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. So we're going to go right over here. And you're going to need to match the text. And I think it's appropriate that we promote Matt's show. Let's do capital FRANCO. This will be what you want to type into the comments if you would like to participate in the Mat Franco deck giveaway. Type Franco into the chat. Here, well, if I do it, I might be entered. So I'll just let you do it. We're going to let these comments collect for a few minutes, maybe talk about a couple other poker things, and then we'll hit the drawing button and find a winner for this fun little prize package. Let me get back to the stack of books I was looking at. You know, if you want to what does it need, Jesse? What does it need? Tell us. Spoiler, I got an extra Mat Franco deck when he was here. Also note, if you type it in more than once, you're just typing in, you know, you're using up internet juice for no good reason. Just type it in one time. Entering multiple times will help you. All right, we got the classic book. I'm going to suggest this. Like everything you need to know about cards is in this volume, this encyclopedic set, Card College, Volume 2. I went through the list yesterday. I did the book reports. This one has the best subject matter for poker style things. You know, if you're doing false shuffles, false cuts, dealing poker hands, things of that nature, you're going to want to dig into Volume 2 of Card College. But I would suggest that every volume of Card College is well worth your attention. Then here we have a whole book on poker magic. This is Hold'em Magic by Tom Frame. And in this book, you'll find dozens of routines that all have a Texas Hold'em theme. This book also includes a bonus gaff card, which is used for Mike Weber effect. It's also used for Mike Skinner's 3-card money. So that's tipped in as well. I would suggest this routine in the back here. This is a nice touch, A Brief History of Poker and Hold'em by Jason England. I would suggest that this routine by Jay Jameron, The Best Hand Ever, and then the follow-up version by Jason England, The Best Hand Ever More. I would suggest that these two poker deals are the best ever Texas Hold'em poker deals. So that's Hold'em Magic by Tom Frame. And then the last really poker-centric book I want to mention is this gem from Ben Harris. This is Psy Poker. This is a higher-end manuscript. You know, Ben is proud of his work, as he should be. He always finds interesting approaches for some classic methods. And in this one, he has figured out a Texas Hold'em presentation for the Cy Stebbins stack. So if you use Cy Stebbins in your world and you want to add a gambling routine and a truly impossible prediction, that's Cy Poker is waiting for you in the TrickSupply catalog. I did grab one more book. This one's a deep cut. This is for my Cardition nerds, for the guys that have been around a little bit. And you already got all that stuff. You got Card College. You got Expert at the Card Table. You want to dig in deep and learn some higher end card magic? Well, here is David Solomon's Secrets. I've always been a fan of David's work. He has a great approach to card magic, really being able to milk all the effects, the nuance out of any card effect. You'll find a series of 6 or 8 poker tricks in the poker section, as well as other tricks. They got mathematical, mental amazement, macho tricks, classic plots. But the poker effects in this section, David's version of the Martin Gardner Marlowe poker deal, and then Mexican poker. This routine where your spectator makes all of the choices and you win the poker hand. I got distracted here. I had my face away from the screen and I totally missed this. Brother Jesse, thank you very, very much. Everyone's out for the prizes today. Maybe your good karma will win you this prize package. I'll see if I can grease the wheel for you, brother. And double super ultra thanks, man. Really appreciate you, Jesse. Question: have I consumed any Blackpool content this week? I've been looking at some of the hot tricks. You know, I'm a magic nerd like all of you, so I've been on the YouTube looking at stuff. Man, it's a good time to be a magician, huh? Some of the things coming out these days are just unbelievable. Oh, nice. Petty's got a Stebbins project. You know, I would imagine that's worth a look. Cy Stebbins is so good. Yes, but you know, also for $50, you could just buy the stuff. You don't have to bribe. So, if you haven't entered the contest yet, you want to hit the name Franco for a signed Mat Franco deck. So, you know, here's a question for Marty. Do I have any advice on performing poker tricks for people who don't play poker? I don't meet many people who actually play. There was a Mike Close or was a John Bannon had an idea for bringing out these rankings of poker hands. Bicycle used to include them as a tip-in card in the packs, and it would explain the ranks of poker hands: a pair, 2 of a kind, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, full house. And it's just a one card example of what the poker hands are. So you could present this. I think it was Darwin Ortiz. It was Darwin Ortiz who would use this. And that is an option for educating your audience immediately, introducing one of these cards and having a visual indicator as to what those are. So, you know, that's one. And also just get story time with them. You know, I would suggest maybe presume they don't know poker knowledge and that you're going to educate them as you perform. Yeah. I'm going to do one more poker trick for y'all. Then we'll give away this Mat Franco package and maybe look at a couple poker chip tricks. And then we'll, I don't know, call this a wrap and I'll get the doors open and maybe we'll sell some magic today. Did I mention we have the Parlor Rising cards? These things have been moving and shaking. This is Murphy Magic's hot new release. A couple of $300 for this electronic wizardry where cards rise at command under a glass dome. 1 card, 3 cards all day long. Got no problem selling these, so you know, no need to break my doors down. But if you want one, we have it here. I got to mention it, and I did it. And now we can move on to this one. Full disclosure, this is not a poker trick, but it's got poker in the title, and I think you could definitely put a gambling theme with this. See, I was doing this in the shop yesterday. Oh, foreshadowing. I think this has room to relate to bingo, Keno, all the O games. This is a game, a wager where you pick numbers from a grid. This would be much better if you were here to perform this with me. I'll just perform as though I was you today. So you're going to pick some numbers. If you pick the right numbers, you'll win a prize. The prize is in the purse, and we'll begin randomly picking the number 8. Now, once you pick a number, you can't pick any other numbers in the row horizontally or vertically. So that's the rule of the game, and that's the first choice. Again, it's free choices. You'll have to believe me. It's easy to believe this because you can certainly trust a magician in Las Vegas. Your spectator gets to pick any numbers they'd like. Here we'll go random. I'll go with the deuce. We eliminate the ones next to it and above and below it, ultimately leaving with 4 cards on the table, free choices from your spectator. And to get to the denouement, you add the numbers together. So we have 13 plus 12 is 25, plus 2 is 27, plus 8 is 35. Is that right? It is right, and I'm 1 off. For some reason, I must have picked these up too quickly. Yep. I picked up 1 too quickly. That 12 should have been an 11. I was having this conversation with my wife. Hey, Aaron, I did it. I messed up this simple self-working trick you can't do wrong. He's over there. Rewind the clip. You'll see I did something wrong removing the cards. It's 8 plus 11 is 19, plus 2 is 21. Oh, I'm making myself laugh. I could do the best sleight of hand magic in the world, but you give me an automatic self-working trick, I'll find a way to blow it. The total is 34, and what do you know? Inside the purse is 34. That is not a quiver purse. That is a regular purse. That's 10. That's 20. That's 31, 2, 3, 4 cents. And then also, I didn't mention these are playing cards, and you get bonus points if your spectator can pick the cards that are predicted on the purse. It's not magnets. Those are actually printed on the purse. So the spectator matches the 4 cards that you've predicted. The total of their picks match the total of the prize. The package does include a $34 bill if you'd like to use that as opposed to the change. And considering what you get here, the specially printed matrix cards, the purse with the printing on it, the $34 cards, and then the nice manuscript that will tell you exactly how to perform this the right way. That's Matrix Poker. It's a creation of Jim Steinmeier. He is one of the brilliant minds in magic. I guess it's a combo deal with Alan Wakeling, another wonderful creator. Mainly illusion guys, those two, but when they put their minds to it, they can come up with a pretty good card trick as well. That's Matrix Poker, and hey, we almost got it right. This is like, it was like off by 1. It's like it was a Kenton Nepper version of that. All right, y'all, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute to type in the word Franco into the chat, and then we're going to give away a little Mat Franco prize package. I'll tell you what, I'm also going to throw in today. We're going to beef up this prize package considerably now. Nick DeFont was in. He dropped off some Nick DeFont Pez stickers. So look, you're going to get one of those too. And if you visit me in the store today, and if you'd like a Nick DeFont sticker, let me know. I have a few extras. In fact, you can even have a Nick DeFont poster if you want. I got a couple of those too. Pushing the Nick DeFont brand today. I think he's starting back with Cirque du Soleil, if not now, pretty soon, maybe March, over there at the Mad Apple show. I'll save one for you, Nick. All right, there's one less Nick DeFont sticker in the world. I know I'm going to see him soon. So here's the deal. I have one deck for sale on my rack today. They're $20. If there's an interest in these decks moving forward, I'll talk to Matt and see about getting, a batch of them in here today. They're not on the website, so if you want this deck, you got to come see me in the store, and maybe. All right, so Adonis, come on down. You got to come to the store. It's an in-store perk, Come on down. Oh yeah, man. That's a good one. That's another good one. So many good tricks. Thank you for mentioning that today. And yeah, the deck's signed. Signed, and he did break the seal to sign the deck, but the inside deck is hermetically sealed as well. So that deck is signed. The one in store is not. I had to pivot, I had to pivot. All right, let's get back over here and do this thing. Good luck, everyone. I'm hitting the button in 3, 2, 1. 32 of you. One of you is going to get this deck. Tick tock, tick tock, tick, tick, tick tock. John Rice. John Rice tuning in from Facebook. Congratulations, sir. I've got a task for you now. You will need to send me an email, sales@TrickSupply.com. You could also do since you're on the Facebooks, you could just message us there as well. But I'm going to need to know where to send your things, John. So send me an inquiry, sales@TrickSupply.com. Give me your mailing address, and congratulations, John Rice. Oh, we did it. Baton Rouge, man, that's my old neck of the woods. Over there in the Louisianas. All right, let's grab a couple more things to talk about. Then I'm going to go get these doors open. And our remaining subjects, we're going to talk about some poker chip tricks. Here we're looking at hopping chips, traveling chips. Sometimes chips hop, sometimes chips travel. Sometimes they float. Man, this is a weird one. And I know this today. I know what I'm doing in my spare time this afternoon. I'm developing a poker chip section at TrickSupply. I feel like I get enough people in here. We're in Las Vegas. Poker chips, gambling is a thing. I think I've had enough people ask if I have any cool poker chips to start a poker chip section. And boy, that trick you mentioned from Alakazam, that could be another one. So this one, wow, this is a diabolical system. I took this home last night to vet it, check it out. I'm like, how can you float a poker chip and do in a 3-fly routine? It's a horizontal float. So you're doing 3-fly, the chips go across. To be clear, this package includes a couple of gimmicks to make that happen. A Slippery Sam poker chip, which is really well made. And then one of the chips is hollow. I don't want to give away too much, but I want you to know what you're getting into here. So this is the Slippery Sam chip. And these are, I would say, relatable to the Sucker Punch from Murphy's. But these look like actual chips someone might have in their universe. And the double-sided deceptiveness is really nice. It's a magnetic locking, so it locks together. And you can do 3-fly with these, no problem. This chip has a built-in hollow section, which allows a float to occur. It interacts with a magnet and a ring. I think I've said too much, but just to give you an idea what you're getting into for an anti-gravity 3-fly poker style chip routine. Poker chip that's a thread reel and a Slippery Sam gimmick. That's a pretty devious set of chips. Now, this company has a couple of sets of chips they've released. This is the marvelous 4-in-1 locking chip. So this has magnetic shells. It has a sliding magnet which holds it together. It's a 4-in-1 chip stack, so you could do vanishes, appearances, chips across, and things of that nature. Now, if I had to pick any one of these to go home with today, I would go home with this one. I feel this set of poker chips from N2G is as close to a real set of chips that I've felt in the shop that's gimmicked. They're a nice heavy metal chip. They got some weight to it. You know, sounds like a chip, feels like a chip. By contrast, like Sucker Punch, these are plastic. So like the Pro Poker chips, they're noticeably plastic. These are not. They feel like the real deal. This is a hopping half style effect. So these are shell chips that fit over one of another. They're super deceptive, super well made, easy routine to do. Maybe you've seen our demo on this. We've had it out there before. Hopping chips, easy recommendation. And then here's another one I took home last night that I kind of bypassed when it first came in. We had a pile of magic come in from Penguin, and I didn't really get a chance to vet their traveling chips. We're learning not to give away the tutorial every time. So these, again, are comparable to chips you might find in your home game. You get a red one, you get a white one, you get a green one. These are magnetic as well. So if you are into using magnets around your body to ring in or ring out props, these will work for that. And then the gimmick on this thing is super, super smart. I believe this was originally a Steve Dushek idea that Paul Wilson finessed in his quarter pounder routine. We have quarter pounder too, if you're interested in doing this with quarters, but doing it with poker chips and specifically multicolored poker chips. Wow, there's some really crazy moments in this, and I am going to have this in my hands this weekend, you know, learning a little bit more about traveling chips. Definitely better than I thought it might have been the first time I took a look at it. And last but certainly not least, Pink Poker Face. Again, going through the TrickSupply database, looking for things with poker on them, and I came across this gem of a package. So this is a manuscript. You get several routines within, 5 or 6, a couple envelopes and a prediction. And these chips, again, a nice quality chip. You know, I'm a guy who plays poker. I know what these things feel like, and these things feel like the real deal. Well, what sets these apart from other chips is that they're marked on the back. So the values are different on the front. You got 50s, 10s, 20s, 25s. The values are different on the front, and then they're marked on the back. Never heard of marked poker chips, but now I have, and there's some really cool stuff you can do with them. I think the predominant routine is a free will style effect where your spectator freely chooses chips from the table, and then based on what they picked, you're able to force an outcome that seems as though their free will has been predicted. And I've talked about a couple tricks in this stream today that I think have flexibility for tricks beyond the instructions that are provided. I think this is one of those, and that is Poker Face. Marked poker chips. If you think that'll serve you well, you'll probably be happy with this package. And boy, I think that's about everything I wanted to talk about today. If there's something you want to talk about that I didn't talk about, let me know. I'm here for a couple more minutes. Which one, Nick? What did I miss? I missed the prices. The hopping chips are $80. $80 well spent, in my opinion, if that's what you're talking about. The Poker Face chips, these might be $40. Again, the links are in the description of the video, so you can find it down there. And yes, Poker Face is also a great Lady Gaga song. You are correct, sir. Is Magic Box a UK? Or is that Matthew Wright's company? Oh, the anti-gravity chip. or anti-gravity, as they call it. How clever is that? So for 36 bucks, I'm feeling like this is a pretty fair. Let me see where I can find it here. You're going to be looking for this on the TrickSupply website. Oh, we've got it discounted. That's why it's cheap. All right, we'll get a good deal on this one today. Anti-gravity floating 3-fly chip, $36. Here, let's take a look at this for a second. Yeah, I'll show you that. There you go. The nice thing about this float is that it goes up vertically. Like one hand appears to be motionless. The chip floats vertically from one hand to another. That's a rarity in floating effects in general, and kind of hard to get that dynamic. Yeah, this was in the ballpark. I've talked about this before. We have these on sale right now as well. You get a marked deck of cards, a gimmick set of dice. There's actually a whole lot in here. You get a little booklet of bar betches. You get some poker chips in here. I was looking at this yesterday. One of them, or more, they're magnetic. The poker chips are magnetic, and then you get some playing cards that have a shim in them that interact with that. So you can do like a matrix style effect. Do we have these for $10 right now? Is that the? I think they're on sale at full price. It's $20. But if you, for I think it's like a nice gift idea. If you have someone that likes betches, or if they like gambling, or if you like magic, want to get into marked cards, loaded dice, and some of that, $10. So that's what that is. Since you're calling me out on all the things I didn't talk about, here's one more. I still feel this is a value for $20. This is 3 DVDs of expert gambling moves featuring Simon Lovell. If you want to learn all the shenanigans that you'll need to, separate suckers from their money at the poker table, I'd suggest that these things will help you get it done. $19.99 today. Normally a $60 set. There. Yeah, we got the DVD in there. Should I talk about downloads too? Maybe I should just stream all day long. Oh, I didn't get this scoop in. Here we go. Let's talk about this last but not least. We are changing the live stream to Saturdays. I will be blasting this out on the social media. Let me see. Let me look at a calendar here, and it seems like, yes, the next one will be Saturday. We're moving this shindig to Saturday, and we're moving it to 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. This will allow me a little safety net for doing the stream at a quieter time in the TrickSupply universe. Hopefully the weekend time slot will give a few more kindred spirits a chance to join us on a not work day. And yes, the answer to that is February the 7th, 10 a.m. as well. So, John, that's a good question. I don't have an opinion on that effect. I've never handled it. I do feel like most of the things that Craig Petty releases are good. I don't think I've seen anything of his I hate, and he always gives a lot of value for the products that he provides. The tutorials are often lengthy and versatile. Good to see you today, and always, Scott Link. If y'all haven't been to the elephantpuzzle.com, go look at Scott's stuff. He's a supporter of the jam. We like supporting back, and this is just a killer version of a classic effect. 2-in-1, policy and card in impossible location. Go say hi to Scott. See you next Saturday. It is an hour earlier. It's all a little confusing, but I think we can get through it. Okay, that kind of works out for everyone a little bit then. Is that too early for you? Well, it's 10 a.m. my time. Over there in New York, it's going to be 1-ish. You can handle 1-ish. The last trick with chips was poker face. That was the last one I was suggesting. That was the one with the marked poker chips. This allows more for predictions, telepathy, things of that nature. We looked at hopping chips and then traveling chips. And there was the anti-gravity and the Hold'em set, pro poker chips. And if you come in TrickSupply, if you visit me in the store later today, I'll have a couple of 6 more poker chips nicely displayed in one of our counters. I got to figure out where that's going to go. There's not a lot of free space here. You can always tune in later. And, maybe we switch it back. That's all. I'll miss the coffee money, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay. There we go. Little testify from Marty Jacobs. All right, y'all. Look, I think this party's ran long enough. Let me March 7th. Thank you, Tim. Yes. I don't know. As if I plan more than 2 days ahead here. My wife had a good suggestion. I think maybe we'll do this one. Movie magic. Things that are related to the cinema. Maybe things that have celebrities in them, movies. Maybe that one. I got a couple ideas, but I don't hate that one. And there's actually some very good tricks that have movie themes. That's how you do it. Hit the sub bell. Hit the sub, hit the bell, you get the notifications, and then you know where I'm here. The wife said the same thing. She said, you could tell your Nick Cage story. So maybe we'll do that next week. We'll talk about Nick Cage. We'll talk about movie magic. And I'll see you guys in 8 days, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be a wrap today. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll see you next time. And that's going to be a ciao for now.